Now this is our 2018 Subaru Crosstrek, and before we continue here, I do have to apologize. My wireless mic decided to go kaputs this morning, so a little bit not as clear as usual, but nonetheless we can tackle this. Purchased this 5 months ago with 65,000 miles, one owner, dealer maintained. It now has a touch under 70,000 miles, and the CVT Fluid is listed as lifetime. It's not lifetime, we'll talk more about that in a moment. So 7 years old, 70,000 miles. I'll talk about how expensive this fluid is, but really it is a maintenance item. And also, let me give you some tips. Let's do it. Now, a couple of tips along the way. If you're familiar with modern vehicles, you know finding frame rails to jack this thing up from is really, really tough. So in my case, I just used ramps in the front. In the rear, there's a plate over the rear diff. I'll show you. Okay, so you can see where the jack stand, the floor jack is. So just jacked up right from that plate. And then these inserts are wonderful. I'll link them below. This insert, and then we're gonna tackle this. I just like to give these tips because a lot of times you watch these videos and you think, you know, how the heck I can't even get this thing off the ground. These inserts are awesome because they fit over the jack stand, and then the pinch welds. So when you lower the vehicle, okay, it would fit right here. And that's it. So this is the jacking point if you ever do have to change the flat. So right over here, there's our transmission. And let's take a look. So right here's the transmission. Subaru makes it nice because there's the drain. Now before you crack the drain, you want to make sure you can remove the fill plug. Okay, the fill plug is this guy, so let's make sure we can loosen this first. Let me give you a tip on that. So in our case, it's a T50. Okay, T50 is the right fastener. And this is something airplane mechanics use. It's a liquid, but suspended in the liquid are metal flakes. I'm going to just put a little bit of this fluid, around our socket here. And this allows a much better, I'll show you. You see the little flakes? This allows a much better gripping surface, so that does not strip. We don't want that to strip. And if you do need help on your vehicle, something I'm going to launch, actually it's up and running now, but I just want to shoot a video about it. If you want to be a Patreon member, I'm going to start a Q&A Patreon channel or link for you guys if you need help regarding diagrams, foot-pounds, repair procedures, all that good stuff. So 7 years here in the Northeast. You know, fasteners can be a little tough to remove sometimes, so instead of breaking your hands, this is just a 15 mil socket, 1/2 inch drive with an extension. That way I have a longer handle to break this loose. Okay, let's see what we got here. This is the Subaru. See how tight it is. Wow, it's really tight. And the reason why you want to make sure you can remove this, if you drain the fluid and then you can't remove the fill plug, you're stuck. So that's why you want to make sure you can crack this loose. Holy cow, it's really tight. Whew. Wow, holy moly, that was tight. Okay, so that's loose. Wow, why would they make it so tight from the factory? Holy moly. Now, before I drain the fluid, I want to clean this off, this drain plug, make it as rust-free, debris-free as I can, so we have a really solid connection with our socket. So this is a 14, and if you are doing this on a Crosstrek, Impreza, Subaru, etc., that has a 580, TR 580 transmission, and I used a breaker bar there, so much easier. You'll see the procedure for this is super, super simple. And if you're not sure what transmission you have, passenger side, and not sure, sometimes these action cams, not the best for close up, but right here, TR 580, okay? So that's the transmission that we have. That makes a difference because some other transmissions you have to use you have to go through a procedure on the With a scan tool, this is way easier, fortunately. Not sure what the dealer would charge regarding this. I've read on some forums, some dealers not even doing the service. It looks actually pretty good for 70,000 miles. But CVTs, it's one of these things. You want to make sure that you maintain them. Okay, let's let that drain. So a couple of things as the fluid drains. I would love to hear your feedback regarding this if you would go a different route. So first thing, the maintenance schedule. This is listed as a lifetime fluid. But my mode of thought is, well, how about where it's sold in other places in the world? For example, this is a Subaru XV in Japan. They have a different maintenance schedule with the same transmission, engine, etc. I believe Canadian models, I think every 60,000 miles, I believe, they recommend replacing the fluid. So I don't trust lifetime fluid. That is just, how could it last forever? That's the first thing. Secondly, I paid 17 bucks a quart for this at the Subaru dealer. But if you look on the back, it says manufactured in the USA by Idemitsu. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. But Idemitsu manufactures the fluid for Subaru. My concern, because that's like half the cost for Idemitsu. My concern is, although we're draining the fluid, roughly 5 quarts should come out, 4 to 5 quarts, and I'll measure it. You still have another 5 quarts in the torque converter. So you don't want to mix fluids, and it's right there in the repair manual. Don't mix fluids. So I don't want to chance it just to save 60 bucks. It's a lot of money, but it's not worth something going wrong on the transmission. So I bought 6 quarts yesterday. I paid, I think it was 115 bucks after taxes. So it's expensive, but at least we can tackle it. Fresh fluid, and keep the car really in pristine shape. So check out this fluid, 70,000 miles. Look at it. Look how dark it is. Replace the CVT fluid. Don't let it run in there too long. So a total of 4 quarts came out of the transmission. So let's grab our new fluid. This is just a little pump. We place it on top and then we can pump it into the transmission. I'll link everything below as usual regarding tools and supplies. Goes nicely over this. Okay, now we're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we're going to tighten this down. The only thing I don't have are new washers for the fill and drain plug. I don't think it's going to leak, but just keep that in the back of your mind in case you are doing this and you want to be, triple check everything. I've never had a problem with Subaru washers, but you never know. All right, let's put this to the side and let's put in this fluid and wrap this up here. So this is quart number 4, and just now it's starting to drip out. You can see on the floor. So what we're going to do is temporarily install the fill plug. Make sure the washer's on here. Okay. We're going to warm up the vehicle, let it idle, and with the scan tool, we just have to make sure. Let me double check the temperature, but we have to let the transmission warm up. Once it hits a certain temperature, we're going to add a little bit more back in. Okay, so let's start the vehicle. And then we need a scan tool for the transmission temperature. Let me record this so you guys can see this. And within the menu, let's try system selection, transmission, data stream, and let's see, ATF temp. Okay, so there we go. We can see the temperature right now is 72 degrees Fahrenheit. We need this to be between 98 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's wait until this warms up. So we're about 9 minutes in, as you can see, 9 minutes and 21 seconds, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Let me just stop the recording. Let's save that. And now, make sure you're firmly on the brake pedal, right? because we're on jack stands here in the rear, but we're going to cycle. Park, reverse, neutral, drive, drive, neutral, reverse, park. Okay, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, park. Just be really careful because, right, engine's running, exhaust is hot, which is right on my, very close to my left arm. Be really careful. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we're dripping out. Okay, you see the drip? And I just completed the 4th quart. It's completely empty. Grab our drain plug. We're going to tighten this down, and that's it. Okay, final procedure, tighten down the, so let's tighten down the fill plug. That's plenty. Some brake clean up the area, and let's take it for a quick test drive. Make sure that we're in good shape. And here we are, roughly 30 minutes later. The car runs really well, shifts perfectly fine. The only thing I need to do is this job one more time. The local dealer only had the 6 quarts in stock on a late Friday, so I'd like to do this job one more time and get some more fresh fluid circled or recycled in the transmission. But that being said, easy enough to do. My recommendation is certainly use a scan tool. It took roughly 8 minutes for the transmission to warm up, but you really need a scan tool because if the transmission fluid gets too warm, you can end up not adding enough fluid in because the fluid expands. So if you don't put enough fluid back in, then you may be a little dry when the transmission is cold. So that being said, not too bad of a job. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.